Look, you're successful on paper, good title, solid pay, decent benefits, but Sunday night hits and there's that familiar knot in your stomach. You're high performing but underutilized, accomplished but misaligned, and every fiber of you is whispering, "Is this it?" Look, here's what I discovered that sounds completely backward. The job you're itching to leave might be your most powerful tool for creating the career you actually want. And I'm not talking about a gratitude mindset or bloom where you're planted. I'm talking about a strategic approach to turn your career role into a launch pad for making your next big move. I've done it, my clients have done it, and now I'm going to show you how. I'm Jraya Nicole, and I help driven professionals, especially those feeling stuck in mid-career, how to reposition what I call their corporate currency and design strategic exits that honor both your ambition and alignment. If you're ready to build your next chapter while you're still in your current role, you're absolutely in the right place. Now, before you leap, you leverage. Most people they define themselves by their job title. I'm in marketing, I'm an accountant, but that's just a label. What you need is a deep forensic audit of your actual corporate currency. Those are your real skills, insights, and strategic capabilities you've been building for years. It's what you've mastered, navigated, and made possible. So think 3 categories. Technical skills, number 1, that's the hard stuff. What systems or platforms have you mastered? Salesforce, think Adobe Creative Suite, data analysis tools. What processes have you improved? And don't just list it out, quantify it. I'll give you an example. Advanced Excel user becomes built automated reporting systems that reduce monthly processing time by 40%. You see what I mean when I say put a number to it? Then your second category here is your transferable skills. These are your secret weapons for career pivots. Project management, strategic thinking, stakeholder communication. But here's the key. Stop saying good communicator. That's not going to fly. Instead, facilitated cross-departmental alignment on a $2 million product launch. That resulted in on-time delivery and 15% above revenue target. Now we're talking. And the third here are your hidden skills. This is where the gold is buried. You're the unofficial tech troubleshooter for your team. That's IT consulting. You mediate conflicts between departments. That's organizational development. You translate complexity into clarity, and that's strategic communication. Your corporate currency, it's not about buzzwords, it's about evidence. What have you led? Have you improved, navigated, documented? We need to make it visible. This is your value in motion. So I want to give you some homework here. Create a skills inventory spreadsheet. Even if you do it for just 1 week, I want you to document everything you do and the skills it represents. And you will stop seeing yourself as just an accountant and start recognizing yourself as a strategic problem solver. Now, it's time to go from insight to action. We are going to design your bridge project. A bridge project is a low-risk, high-reward initiative you launch inside your current job that gives you the hands-on experience in the field you're pivoting toward. So here's the framework. Number 1, identify a pain point. Where do your career ambitions intersect with your company's pain points? Think inefficiencies, customer complaints, manual processes. If you're targeting data analytics, Maybe your team's reporting is a straight mess. Do you want marketing experience? Why don't you look at offering to audit a partner's social content? Number 2, connect it to your pivot. This is how you move into strategy. You start solving a decision-making bottleneck. Interested in people operations? Audit your team's onboarding gaps. And 3 here is pitch the solution. Position it as a value add. I've noticed here's a potential improvement. I can take this alongside my current responsibilities. This is where you frame it, where the business problem plus the specific solution plus the estimated impact plus no disruptions to the duties you have right now. Then you execute it like a consultant. Over-deliver, track the outcomes. Your bridge project becomes your proof of concept. Y'all with me? Okay. So this is how you move into strategy, solving a decision-making bottleneck. You're not just ready, you're relevant. So look, we move on to a very near and dear topic to me. This isn't about kissing up or smooching. It's about strategic intel. This is where you network for strategic intelligence. You want to start with, I call them curiosity coffees inside your company. If you want to move, for example, from finance to maybe product management, find someone on the product team. Message them, hey, Bob, I'm really impressed by XYZ project. Would you have 15 minutes for a coffee? I'd love to hear more about your path. In these conversations, your job is to listen. You ask smart questions. What skills matter most? What challenges are they seeing? And what advice would they give someone pivoting? Then you build advisory relationships. This is where you find mentors. You learn how they move, get their lens, get their perspective on your bridge project. Then you share the updates. Thanks for the chat we had last week, Bob. I started that customer portal redesign project, and your suggestion about using testing was a game changer. Early results show a 25% improvement in task completion rates. You see, now you're on the radar as someone who listens, who executes, and moves with intention. This isn't about being everywhere. It's about being intentional. You're building a network that sees your evolution and wants to support it. All right, so now we move on. You've built the skills, you've gained the experience, you've built the relationships. Now you need a story that connects the dots. So this is the 3-part narrative we refine in my coaching program, Kate. Number 1 is the foundation. This is your corporate currency. What you have built and led, the past. You start to frame your background with the future in mind. For example, as a finance professional for 8 years, I became an expert at translating complex data into strategic insights and managing high-stake projects. You follow the language here? Number 2 is the evolution. This is where the bridge project shines. What are you testing and proving? This is your current, present moment. So, for example, while I value the analytical rigor of finance, I came alive when using data to understand user behavior. That led me to redesign our customer portal, and that reduced support tickets by 35%. That project revealed where I truly belong. You follow me? And then number 3, we're going into the future, the vision. This is your legacy work, where you're headed and why it matters. You connect your unique path to the role that you want. This is where we weave this narrative into everything. Your LinkedIn headline, it shouldn't be senior financial analyst. Try finance professional transitioning to user experience research. and I'm combining 8 years of data expertise with that. So you see, you're not switching gears, you're building on what you've already done. Your story reframes your non-traditional background as your competitive edge. So when you build credibility, clarity, and that connection, you're ready. You've done the groundwork. Now it's time to move strategically, not desperately. So you move on to the internal pivot. This is how you execute your strategic exit. It's often a smooth path because you have the relationships, you've proven the performance, and you have a cultural fit. So when, for example, a relevant role comes up, your network, they become your campaign team. Those are your advocates. You're not a risky outside hire. You're the person who already demonstrated initiative in this new era. And then the external lead, sometimes that dream role doesn't exist internally with the company you're at now, or you just need or want a fresh environment. Now, all of your preparation pays off. Your resume has a powerful narrative arc and a strategic projects. That section showcases your bridge project results. Your LinkedIn now is a magnet, attracting recruiters, partners in the target field or industry you desire to work in. So this is where you're not asking to be picked. You've already picked yourself. And when they ask, do you have experience? You say, here's what I built. You didn't wait for opportunity, you created it. So the key difference is you're moving from strength, not desperation, and you use your current job as a strategic training ground, not a prison you had to escape, all right? So let's recap the strategy. Number one, audit your corporate currency. That's your inventory, your technical, transferable, and hidden skills. Number two, design a bridge project. That's where you build in that relevant experience while solving business problems. 3, network for intelligence, gather the intel, build the advocacy. Number 4, you rewrite your story, your narrative. Position your transition as a strategic evolution. And finally, number 5, execute strategically. Move from strength, whether that's internally or externally. Because the job you have right now, it's not forever. You wouldn't have clicked on this video, but it is your funded strategy lab. The tools, the connections, and the pathways you need that aren't out there. They're already within reach. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment, the right conditions, or someone else's permission. Your next big opportunity isn't waiting to be discovered. It's waiting to be built. And your brilliance, it doesn't need to wait for January or the next layoff or the right time. It's already in motion. So we want to make sure it's moving in the direction you actually want to go. So if you're ready to stop waiting and start moving with clarity, book your free 15-minute explore call with me. I'll drop the link in the description. We'll get clear on where you are, what's misaligned, and what next step honors both your ambition and your alignment. Because that next chapter, it isn't waiting, it's already unfolding. Let's make sure it's aligned. Now, with that being said, may your next move be your best move. I'll see you in the next video.